Hello everybody, it's me, it's PokemonTripHD. Welcome back to some more Dragalia content. This is of course a live stream from Twitch that I'm actually just going to upload to YouTube afterwards. I just feel like this is a lot easier to get this type of content out since, I could stream, I could talk with the chat, you could see other people's opinion besides mine as the video is going on. So again, anyone in the Twitch chat right now, first of all, say hi to YouTube, be nice. Be nice to YouTube, they're all great people, right? They're all great people, so say hi to YouTube. And again, if I say anything wrong or anything you want to say or correct me, please let me know in the chat. Again, the chat is right there, so you can always just read that, and I'll try reading it as I go along the video, so I can get the input from the chat. But yeah, so today's topics of discussion is going to be revolving around the Mana Spiral, which of course allows you to upgrade your adventures up to 70 nodes as well as level 100. I'm also going to talk about Agito Uprising. I believe that's how it's pronounced, Agito Uprising. That's what Twitch chat told me. I don't know if they're making fun of me, but I believe it's called Agito Uprising. And then I'm also going to talk about the prize showcase, which is, I don't know if it's going to be that order, but I'm going to talk about all three of those and basically what I think about them. So let's just actually start off first with the Mana Spiral, because I feel like this is, I'm already have it open, and I don't want to scroll through everything again just to find it again. So let's do it. So the Mana Spiral, this is basically just for Flame Adventures. It's basically just a strictly Flame Adventure Mana Spiral update this time around. I'm assuming as we get new, I don't know if they're all going to be called Agito quests, but as we get new quests that feature, those hybrid monsters, I don't know what are they called, chimeras. As we feature those new enemies, we're gonna get new Mana Spirals to go against those enemies. So of course, the Agito Uprising is Volk. He's a wind boss, so we're getting Flame Adventures with the Mana Spiral. These are mostly Flame Adventures. There's a couple non-Flame Adventures like Cassandra and Botan in there, which of course I'll discuss them all right now. Let's discuss first Ezelith. So I'm also going to try pulling up the modifier increases with these units. I believe they've all, actually I don't know if they've all been data mined, but there's a couple that are data mined, which I do want to go over. So again, shout out to whoever did this data mining. I'm not sure exactly who this is, so again, shout out to you guys. Also, something to note is that the Mana Spiral increases your weapon chains, the damage that you do with your normal weapon chain. So that is something to note. So let's go ahead and discuss the actual unit. So first up is Ezelith. So Ezelith is, I don't know, I'm trying to find her. This is crazy. Okay, here we go. Ezelith, found her. So Ezelith, basically upgrading thing, her strength is 571. Actually, I don't think that has her strength here. Okay, no, it's just the skills. Just the skills. So Howling Meter is upgraded. What Howling Meter has upgraded to is, it's upgraded to 10 hits of 63% damage, so it upgrades 6% damage, and then 1 hit of 400% damage was upgraded by 150%. Now this is good modifier damage. Your damage increase goes up by 200% with this skill. However, her skill one still just takes forever to get off, so I don't know if it's really going to be amazing. However, she does have this ability right here, Flash of Genius. Actually, not Flash Genius. Where is it? Is it Flash Genius? I think it is Flash of Genius, right? Oh yeah, it increases the crit rate by 20% for every 7 seconds. For 7 seconds, every time 2 hits of Howling Meter connect with an enemy. This means you can get a maximum, there's 10 hits in Howling Meter, you can get a 100% crit rate boost, which is absolutely ridiculous. That's like a 4 Cupid heal boost that I get on Ezelith. Of course, it's only for 7 seconds, and her skill basically lasts 7 seconds. So it's pretty much going to be done by the time her skill 1 is done, which is kind of unfortunate. However, you will have it for a little bit after. You're going to have it during the skill as well, especially for that last hit. That's where, a big chunk of the DPS does come from. So Ezelith is going to be a lot better. She does inflict the debuff, of course, as well. She's going to be a lot better than she was before. She's sleep res, which is, of course, obvious. I believe every single adventure actually has this little boost to their resistance, where if they get attacked by an attack that would inflict that resistance or that, that affliction, but they have the resistance, that they actually get a strength boost. I believe every single adventure that gets this Mana Spiral has this, which is of course a nice little boost to these adventures, since of course they're already very underpowered compared to previous adventures. So Ezelith is actually decent now. If you remember before, she was just terrible. Ezelith was probably one of the worst adventures in the game before, but now she's 100% usable. She brings the good code ability as well with crit rate, which of course we don't really have a great dagger. So Ezelith probably going to be the best dagger that we have at the moment, for Flame at least. So Ezelith is very good. I do think she's much better than she was before, which of course you could say that for all these Mana Spiral units. And I believe for every single clear in Agito Uprising, there has been actually at least one 70 mana circle unit that has been featured. So Ezelith could be that unit. You might want to feature multiple ones to spread out those co-abilities. Maybe you want to bring like a Naveed, an Ezelith, and a Zania or something, because they all have 70 mana circles. And then of course Halloween Low and Healer is pretty much the given healer that you're going to be running for this fight. So you might want to run that, spread the co-abilities, get a lot of DPS in there, etc. You know what you want to do. Ezelith is now good. She's actually useful. Sword, you can rejoice, my man. I know Soren's an Ezelith stan. Anyways, that's Ezelith. Next up, Naveed. So Naveed is actually got a really, really strong buff. So if you remember Naveed before, pretty much not used. I don't think there was any real content where he was actually useful. However, his skill 1, as you can see, I believe it has pretty much the same effect. But what this does now is it's buffed from... Okay, let me find the actual damage. So the total damage at 5 stacks from his skill 1 was 1100%. But now his skill 1 with no stacks is upgraded all the way to 1100%. Basically, it's a little under 11, but it's basically his old skill 1 at 5 stacks is his new skill 1 with 1 stack. Once you get his new skill 1 to 5 stacks, it has an 1880% modifier, which is insane. Off of a skill 1 with a low SP cost, that is ridiculous damage. Now 800%, that's up there. You know, the likes, I believe Ramona has a skill 1 modifier of 3000%, which is just ridiculous. But her skill takes way too long to use. Again, she's still a great adventurer. But this is just kind of as a comparison. Usual skill 1s are in the range of around 1000%. But this is almost double that after being, you know, the same exact SP cost that it's always been. So Naveed is absolutely insane. It has the same, I believe the same skill 2 and co-ability. His ability, Slayer's Flurry Strength. I just said Furry, oh god. Slayer's Flurry Strength. Basically, it's Slayer's Strength, but it increases strength by 8% when the combo count is 15 or higher. So you do want to keep your combo up if possible, because again, that's going to keep your strength up. Potent Sleep Res, again, the same thing that we discussed. Flame Blade's Protection, it's basically skill prep 100%, plus increasing defense by 20%, while the buff is in effect, which of course you get from your skill 2, which is again, higher defense is good. Naveed is ridiculous. He's very, very strong. Probably, it's either Naveed or Yuden who's now the best Flame Blade in the game. One of those two. It's very debatable what's up there. Also, I didn't even mention it, but his skill 1 also dispels buffs. I didn't mention that. Skill 1 dispels buffs, which is again, insanely good. Because again, for Master Eye Dragon Trials, you know, Master HMS, he has a defense buff which you can dispel. I believe Agito has, is it a strength buff? I don't know, Twitch, a strength buff, right? That he gets, an expert that you can dispel. So he's, you know, dispel is very strong. Next up, let's talk about Cassandra. I'm not going to talk about Cassandra too much because I don't know exactly how she fits into the meta right now for High Jupiter. I haven't paid too much attention to that. You know, Twitch chat or YouTube chat, you guys can correct me, but she is very, very strong now. I don't think she's going to be better than Gleo. I still think Gleo is going to be the #1 Shadow Wand. However, she has a lot of niche things here, like inflicting poison. Her skill 2, I believe, is this her skill 2? Yeah, her skill 2 does more damage now as well. Let me find the actual modifiers. Here we go. So Cassandra skill modifier changes. So her old skill, yeah, Cassandra, both of her skills were upgraded for Cassandra. So her old skill, what it did was 2 hits of 5. So it's still actually the exact same for that. But now it inflicts poison, dealing 58% damage every 3 seconds for 15 seconds, which is, you know, 5 ticks of 58% damage. And it has a 120% chance to do it. And of course, increase your HP, which is a given. Her skill 2 now deals more damage the lower HP you're at, which what it does is, let's find out how much the actual increase is. It deals, hold on, up to 1000%, 1 hit of 1000%, and 4 hits of 176%. That's ridiculous DPS right there. So you're getting poison, and you're getting an extra like 1500% damage off her skill 2, which is just that's insane damage. That's ridiculous damage. Just like, I think the optimal combo or the optimal team composition for Expert High Jupiter might actually be 3 Gleo and 1 Cassandra. That might be the optimal High Jupiter team composition, but of course we'll have to wait and see till more testing is done. But she's definitely very strong. I'm not going to talk about her abilities. They're all pretty much the same, except Resilient Offense got upgraded by, I believe, 5%. So Resilient Offense, definitely useful now. Definitely useful now. Next, I'll talk about Yuden. Yuden basically he actually got a pretty big upgrade. His skill 1 inflicts burn and raises the dragon gauge by 3% if it connects, which is again, you want to get your dragon gauge up because Dragon's Claws 4. That's Dragon Claws 4. I believe it was only up to 3 last time, but now it's up to 4. So next up, Exalted Fire. Basically, it's the exact same skill. It doesn't really do anything different, I don't think. Oh no, it just deals more damage. Okay, deals around 100% extra damage. Okay, that's good. The defense reduction is the exact same though. Dragon's Claws, again, Dragon's Claws means as the battle goes on longer, Yuden will be dealing more damage because, again, every time you shapeshift, he's going to get a permanent strength increase, which means if you can shapeshift 3 times, you're going to get a permanent strength increase. I'm not sure what the strength increase modifier is at right now. I don't know if you guys can let me know. But the strength increase is going to make it so that a longer fight means that Yuden will be dealing more damage. Now, him versus Naveed is a big topic of conversation. I believe if the fight goes on very long, Yuden will probably be better. Again, you can also dispel with Yuden off of his third ability. That means that when your normal attacks in dragon form, you dispel, which is, again, very, very strong. Overall, Yuden got a very big increase. It's actually insanely useful. Again, stun res, whereas Naveed is sleep res. That is another big note for Master HMS that you do want to, you do want to be aware of that at least. Because, again, you're not going to get this the strength increase with Naveed because that's only for sleep res. Next up is Carl. I'm not going to discuss these 4-stars and under too much, to be honest. They are all pretty much better than they were before, which I'm happy to see. The strength increases, the ability increases, the skills increase. Everything is good for these units. I do want to discuss Botan, though. Botan got an insane buff. So let's actually look at Botan really quick. Let me find Botan's modifiers. So Botan, her skill 1 deals shadow damage to enemies directly ahead and inflicts bleeding. Now, this bleeding is actually a 100% chance to bleed. 100%, which is insane. It also deals an extra 12% damage every single tick. Again, bleed lasts for 30 seconds and it ticks every 5 seconds. So you're getting 6 extra ticks. Did I do math right? Yeah, I think 6 extra ticks of 10%, which is 60%. Every single bleed. Of course, the more bleeds you have, the more they're going to stack on top of each other and deal more damage. So Botan got a big buff with that skill. And again, 100% bleed is insane. I believe she's the only unit with 100% bleed. You've got cast skills, charge. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Cassandra also charges her skills with her ability. This one right here. It's kind of different compared to Naveed's skill prep one. Again, this is every time you use a skill, it fills your skill gauge by 5%. However, I just feel like 5% is so little of a modifier. But yeah, she does do that. You're right. I do want to mention that. Botan is insanely good. Again, her skill 2 is already amazing. She deals DPS herself, and she buffs the entire team. Her modifiers aren't insanely high either. She's absolutely insane. She has Thaumian's Bane, which kind of sucks. She now has Parares 100%, which she didn't have before. It was only, I believe, was it 50 or 75%? So this is a nice increase. You don't need to run that, Happy New Year print on her for High Jupiter anymore. That's very, very nice. Again, also, you get that strength increase. She also has skill prep 100%, which she didn't have before. I believe it was only 75% before as well. So skill prep is also fill up to 100%. She also has that exact same thing, the skill charge. So Botan is absolutely insane. I think Botan might have the best upgrade out of all the adventures on this list. So that just goes to how good she is. I'm not going to discuss these 3-stars much at all. Basically, what they all do is burn, and they have upgraded, 100% resistance, which I'm very happy to see. And their first ability is upgraded as well. I do want to discuss Zania, though. Everyone over here, like I said, pretty much they burn. That's pretty much what they do. They burn now. Zania, again, she burns as well. However, Zania is actually really low SP costs, make her one of the better units that are actually around right now. She might be one of the best flame adventures in the game at the moment. Again, also with the skull damage ability, she's just absolutely insane. She has the chain increases again as well. And she's ridiculous. Like, I don't have her at 70 myself. I can't say from my personal experience how good she is. But from what I hear, she is one of the best units in the game at the moment for Flame. So she's insanely strong now. She's definitely better than Student Maribel, which is just goes to show how big her DPS increase has been since then. So Zania is just ridiculous now. Absolutely insane. That's pretty much everything I have to say about these units. Aryan's trash. And yeah, next up, I want to just go over very quickly the prize showcase. Also, yeah, double burn again. Another big thing to note, they all burn. So I want to go over the prize showcase really quick. Should you summon, basically, showcase info. If you want to know who's on raid up, it is Naveed, it is Ezelith, and it is Cassandra. Do you want these units? That's pretty much what it is. If you want these units, you're going to want to summon here. If you want any of these units, they're all good. Cassandra will work for High Jupiter Expert, probably not Master. Ezelith and Naveed are proven to work in Agito Expert. So if you want one of them, you could use them. Again, you probably have Zania, you probably have Aoi, you probably have, you have Yuden. You have units that you could use already. You might have Gauls Reese or something that also is usable in Expert. So you don't really need Naveed or Ezelith. But again, if you have them in your composition, that's going to help with DPS. Because again, they're so strong with these new 70 mana circles. So again, they're very strong. And again, the main reason you want to summon on the showcase, though, is for the prizes. the prizes are through the roof. They're absolutely insane how good these prizes are. You can get a free Sunstone as you pull a 3-star unit, which is just crazy. Again, we do get free 10-folds anyway, so you might want to just do your free 10-folds, see how your luck goes with that. Wait till the end of the, the last day of the showcase to actually do your summons, because again, you are getting free 10-folds, you're getting prizes guaranteed. I believe every single 10-fold you do, you're guaranteed at least a bronze prize, so you're guaranteed probably like a crystal or an ore or something every single 10-fold you do, which is again very solid. That's probably the main reason you want to summon on this. If you need a Sunstone to max and bind a dragon or something, maybe a limited dragon that you want to max and bind, then you might want to summon for this. Or if you don't have any Sunstones, you might want to summon for this. However, for late game players, end game content players, you've already beaten Master, you don't need to summon on this showcase at all. It's just going to be for comfort, so you have Sunstones or ingots or whatnot. But again, even for ingots, you can't use them on the 6-star weapons, which is a nice transition to these 6-star weapons. So let's go ahead and discuss these 6-star weapons. I'm going to discuss them just a little bit. I feel like there's a lot of discussion you can have on these. We did have a big like half-hour discussion earlier in the stream, actually, just so I can get my final opinions on these weapons. But just for reference, can anyone in the chat drop me what the tier 2 max and bind stats are at also for the 6-star and the tier 2s, high dragon trial weapons? But basically, what these weapons do, if you're unaware, these weapons are insane. Their strength is a little bit higher than the tier 2 weapons. Not much, but a little bit higher than the tier 2 weapons. However, they trade off an attacking skill for a skill that swaps. Whenever you use your skill, you're either going to increase your strength the first time, or the second time you're going to increase your HP, your gradually HP recovery effect. And then of course use it again, it's going to swap back to the strength increase. So basically what you want to do for these weapons is you want to use the skill, the first skill, like use it one time and then don't use it again. Get your strength increase, and that's pretty much it. That's all you want to do. Get your strength increase and don't use it again. Because if you use it again, also that noise, stream raiders, haha. If you use it again, you're going to lose the strength increase, and it's going to just give you an HP recovery effect, which is going to lower your DPS overall by a big chunk, and you don't want that. If you don't have this strength increase activated, I would actually say the high dragon trial weapons are better, because tier 2 weapons at least are better, because you're getting an attacking skill. If you're running a skill damage dragon, you really want more attacking skills to get those off. And you're going to get the 2 attacking skills off if you have those, or 3, etc., whatever it may be. However, once you max unbind this 6-star weapon, I believe the 6-star weapon is better in almost every scenario, because a 20% strength increase is so high that it's going to almost make up for not having an attacking skill here. Plus, this SP cost is only, I believe, 3,000. So you should be able to get that up very quickly. It's not going to take you that long at all. You're going to get up quickly. You're going to be able to get your 20% strength increase, which is what it goes up to at max unbinded. However, the grind to max unbind this is hard. To max unbind this thing, you're going to need a tier 2 weapon. Maybe not max unbind a tier 2 weapon, but you're going to need a tier 2 weapon at the very least. Let's actually go over the tier 2s really quickly. So again, strength is very comparable with it. I believe the tier 2 strength is just a little bit lower than the Agito or Agito. Something I also want to mention is that the Agito goes up to level 200. Normal weapons level 80 and then go up to level 100 once max unbinded. Agitos, however, go up to level 200. Like right there. JJ posted the stats. There we go. Perfect. So you see right here, the stats on the 6-star blade is just a little bit higher than the tier 2 blade. So you're getting more strength. You're getting that 20% strength increase as well from the skill. And again, for the blade specifically, you're going to want to use that on what? Let's say Reina, Mikoto, etc. Those units, well, let's actually go over that. So that's the tier 2. You see it there. Also, something to know is that the tier 2 weapons are not amazingly strong anyways. That is something you want to note. So let's actually go over to adventure. So let's just say, what I think is, this is of course my opinion, that's for, oh yeah, Aoi as well. I forgot Aoi as well. For adventures that have 2 attacking skills, the Agito weapons will be better. Because again, you just use that skill once and you never touch it again for the rest of the fight. You use it once and it's going to power up both of your skills by 20% and your normal chains by 20% as well, which will make up for not having that skill 3 on the high dragon trial weapon. Of course, high dragon trial weapon skill 3s have a higher SP cost. They have a like what, 7,000 or something? It's around there, right? So you're not going to get it off too often anyways. Again, I don't know if chat can correct me on that SP cost, but you're not going to get it off too much anyways, maybe 4 times in a high dragon trial fight anyways. So you get your skill 1 and skill 2 off way more. You get those skill 1 and skill 2 boosted as you get them off way more. So I believe Agitos will be better for those. Units like Chelsea, I think Chelsea is one of the few units where the tier 2 will probably be better. Because again, Chelsea has Bruiser Bliss, which means she's going to have an absolute insane strength increase as well, pretty much at all the time. Which is again another thing. If you have a lot of buffers on your team or something like a lot of buffs on your unit, the Agito weapon buff will not have as big of an effect as it would have if you don't have a buffer on your team. So that is just something to note. Again, for Chelsea, I believe the High Dragon tier 2 weapon will be better. However, for a unit like Gullisaris, I believe that the Agito weapon will be better because again, you can upgrade your Brilliant Bolt because you get 7 additional shots every single buff you have. You're going to get that upgraded shot, plus her DPS is pretty much all from this Brilliant Bolt. So again, it really just depends on the unit that you're using. You know, the unit, if you have 2 attacking skills, Agito is definitely better. If you have 1 attacking skill, maybe the High Dragon Child weapon is better, but at the same time, you're trading a little more strength for that skill, so it might not make up for the DPS. Again, this is all just from what I can see. It's all just my opinion. Nothing here is proven for fact, and you know, this is 100% better. This is just what I think. You know, please let me know what you think. I do kind of want to talk about Agito just a little bit, you know, in case you're wondering how it really works. So let's go down here to Agito. Basically, to clear standard, you don't need tier 2s. You can clear standard with a tier 1. You can clear standard probably with a core weapon as well. It's just going to be a longer fight. After you clear tier 2, you get enough materials to actually build a single 6-star weapon. Of course, at 0 Unbind, the 6-star weapons are not better than the High Dragon tier 2s. They are not better than the tier 2s. Wait, I just got, seems like Cassandra Power Cup Glail. I'll check that out soon. I pulled it up right now, but okay. You'd be standard once. You can build your 6-star weapon. That's pretty much all you want to do for standard. The rest of it, I highly recommend you farm expert. Of course, if you can't do expert, you're going to need your tier 2 weapons for sure to be expert. You might be able to clear with 6-star weapons if everyone has them. I don't know. But you're definitely going to want your tier 2s for expert, because DPS is very, very tight. Your 70 mana spirals, you're going to want as much DPS as you can, since DPS is very, very tight to get this clear. Again, I haven't even tried it, but I've seen videos. Everyone's talked about it. It's insane how difficult expert is. So you're going to want a lot of bulk on your units to get this clear. Again, you have first clear rewards for this as well. So and that's, of course, what lets you build the tier or the 6-star weapon. Your first clear rewards, which I've already obtained, you get enough to build the 6-star weapon. So that's pretty much all I'd say about Agito. I do think the fight's interesting. I do like it a lot. I do like how it's not a dragon. That's definitely a lot of fun. Yeah, I think that's everything I have to say. I think there's something I might be forgetting. Again, the 6-star weapons are not better at 0 Unbind, but at max Unbind, they are better for most adventures, in my opinion. Also, something to note is that they've already confirmed that tier 2 Agito weapons will be coming in the future. It's in the previous notice. You could look it up for yourself. They've confirmed it that it'll be coming in the future. So once those are out, those are 100% going to be better than the tier 2 weapons at the moment. So I just want to mention that. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this update. Again, let me know what you guys think about in the comment section down below about all the updates, the price showcase, Agito Uprising, the new weapons. There's a lot to discuss. Mana Spirals as well. There's just a lot of information discussed from the update from last night. So again, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day, and until next time, have a nice trip.